Hello, right brains. My right brain greets your right brains. That's because this is our first time together, and neither of us knows what to expect. But as we get comfortable, we'll switch over to our left brains. That's how we did away with our Neanderthal cousins. We hid things where they couldn't find them. Victory! Yeah. But here's another thing. Does the brain know what we want to remember? Take our profession. You retire, like me. You exhale, and now it's your golden years. You look back on those cases where you were brilliant. You made such a difference in people's lives. Because we don't do this because of the money, now do we? I keep stored here in a nice, neat manila folder that I keep in my desk drawer. Fireproof, bomb-proof. Sometimes I look back on it to remember those moments. But I opened up one the other day and I couldn't remember it. It was as if I was reading a work of fiction. Memories come knocking, and they might not be the ones that you were looking for. Knock, knock, knock. Those moments where we were out of our depth. I didn't always know. Is it a terrible thing for a therapist to admit that, not knowing? Well, call me the Ancient Mariner because you've got to listen. I can't put away that manila folder, not until I revisit this one last case that never made it in. So, I'm going to show you one. And then at the end, I'm going to ask for your help. Thanks in advance, by the way. Hello, welcome to couples counseling. Please, have a seat.
We met these other people coming in. She was crying.
Please, don't worry about that. These are intense emotions, but only once you've got your feet on the ground.
Feet? I know where my feet are.
I think Counselor Chris meant metaphorically.
Metaphors? I hate those things.
All right. Well, how long have you been together?
Oh, we can't answer that.
I just can't recall marrying him.
What seems to be the problem today? Or you wouldn't have called the office. You wouldn't have made an appointment.
You could tell us our problem, and we will leave you alone.
He is no longer by my side. I tried to leave, but he stops me.
Oh. So you're separated then?
When words won't come, I have to wait until he wakes up. What does he do with them? Are they lined up in the hallway, like patients in the clinic waiting room? The doctor will see you now. Undress. And here is your micro robe. My heart going thump, thump. What if it's serious? A fatal disease. Doctor, how long do I have?
You should be more careful.
Something's not right. I feel it in my bones.
Bones. Feet. These are my bones. This is my health.
You see, his health. He is failing me. He is a burden. Like in the Bible, where it says, the almond tree is in flower.
Now it's almonds.
I remember that one. And the petals change their color because hair changes with age. And the grasshopper shall become a burden because we become so weak.
grasshoppers. Nasty metaphors with 6 little eggs.
Yes, and desire shall fail.
Oh, Chris, it's such a pleasure to be with an educated man.
No.
Well, even on a paid professional basis.
Desire shall fail? Really?
Chris, my Ph.D. is in consciousness. But now I'm his prisoner. Remembering phone numbers. Getting my shoes on. My grandchild. I couldn't remember the name last week on FaceTime. Hello, sweetie, I said, and they tell me about Fun Brain. But I'm thinking, I know exactly who you are. I was in the room when you were born. In the room. But what the hell is your name? He won't bring that to me. Chris, what is Fun Brain?
Fun Brain? It's an online game for parents who think it will get their children into Harvard.
Not if they're not breathing, they won't. Not if they can't stay awake, maintain a heart rate, just stumbling about themselves. Their legacy is from stardust, from sponges, from jellyfish with mouth and anus in the same place, from lizards that ate 100 pounds of meat in one mouthful, from apes who killed each other's children. Let them put that on their resume.
That's disgusting.
Well, he's just jealous because he's just a roly-poly blob of jelly. When they buried King Tut, they sucked the brain stuff out through the nostrils and threw it in the garbage.
I want you both to show more respect for each other's position.
Seabag. Bubba. Meat brain.
Meat brain? I insist on a molecular level. I am electrochemistry. I am dynamite.
Sorry, but our time is up, Mr. Dynamite.
You wasted our time on bones, on feet, on grasshoppers. And you're making a fool out of yourself.
So, that was my maiden voyage with the Impresarios. Both wants to be top dog. She wants to separate. Mind without brain. She can't. I see now why I didn't want to remember this one. But how do I tell them? I want all of you to help me on this one because I think the truth will hurt them. There is no exit for this one. All I can hope is that we hint and they get it. Oh, thanks, by the way. This is the part where I want your help. All right. So, here we go.
We're back. And we want answers.
Oh, dear Chris, I missed you.
I have something to tell you, but...
And I have got something to tell you about her. Everything for her is meaning. The smallest thing that rains too much or the car won't start. Oh, there's roads in the skies of New Jersey. It's meaning something's wrong. Oh!
He is undermining me. I've reached my prime. I've got a lifetime of experience collected in here. I can see clearly now. You see how he stops me, Chris? He's doing it again!
Dear people, speaking professionally, I advise you to reconcile.
I pray not. Otherwise, we can't get a divorce.
Good luck with that. See how many books you can write after the divorce.
Ugh. Who did that?
I expected it.
Well, why didn't you step back, Einstein?
I felt sorry for you, that's why. It's not your fault. I have a family tree. Cousins that go back 4 billion years, longer than you.
Without me, you'd never have learned this stuff. You don't know who you are. Writing a book on AI and cognition. Replacing you, Mr. Spongy.
Stop! Stop! I hardly know how to tell you. I've considered your case from every angle. And as your counselor, I must insist that you absolutely not divorce.
You can't bear to let a couple separate. It means just another failure on your part.
Well, I do feel bad if my...
You're not God. We can separate if we want to.
Maybe there's a God, or maybe not. But there is a 4 billion year cell that says you do not go dancing without me.
You won't make it separately. You're stuck with each other right to the end.
We came here for an answer to us. And you totally bombed.
You're both amazing. But the answer to you, all of us, is a mystery. It's out there in space or down at the bottom of the ocean. But I repeat, it is a mystery. Mr. B. Without her, you're pretty much a sugar-eating computer. Oh, you've got a million little points of light, but without her, there is no programming. And you. Oh, you're amazing. But without him, you're like a river without any water. No energy. You are on a downward course. Without him, there is no you. You are what he does. When he stops, you stop.
Oh, impossible! With him? For the rest of my life? I'd rather die.
You will! Oh. I don't know how else to tell you this, but you have to stay together. You have to reconcile, or else... Now pay attention. That's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote. Are you an author now?
Oh.
That's all she wrote. He means my beautiful books.
No. He wants to be an author. He's probably got 1,000 of those metaphors. Writers like those fancy dancy things.
Well, I do have lots of them. I need them because I can't see... All right. Try this one. Bites the dust.
Why would someone bite the dust? Unless they fell off a horse. And what's the...
You need to stay together with each other. You won't make it on your own, or else... here, try these. Going home, crossing over Jordan, entering the choir eternal. Is any of this ringing a bell? Does this make sense to you?
Chris, you're trying to spare our feelings because you can't say. How about this? Going home, kick the bucket, bought the farm.
Yes! Yes, that's it at last. You've got it here. Try this one. Bought the farm. Kicked the bucket. Gave up the ghost. Went west. What about you, Mr. B?
I never kicked a bucket, or saw a ghost, or bought a farm. I could go west, though.
Made the change. Went belly up.
Croaked? Oofed. 6 feet under. Popped your clog, so it's way better than...
Pushing up daisies.
Yeah.
Dirt napping.
Yeah.
Riding a pale horse.
Shaking hands with Elvis.
Wearing a pine overcoat.
Oh, yeah, popping a clog.
6 feet under. Yeah.
Worms.
Yeah.
Dirt napping.
Yeah, well, don't be shy. Let's hear yours. Just shout them out.